Though H5P activities you create in the content bank can be added to your course through the dedicated H5P activity in the activity chooser, you can also incorporate H5P by integrating it into text boxes in your course. It's important to note before we go any further that if you add an H5P activity into a text box in As You Learn, even if that activity is meant to be graded, no grade will be recorded. The only way to attach a grade to an H5P activity is to add it through the H5P activity in your course. Having said that, taking an H5P activity you've created in the content bank, like a drag the words question, and incorporating it into existing course content, like text in a page or a book resource, can be a simple way to help the students confirm that they understood what they just read, watched, or listened to. To add H5P into a text box in As You Learn, you'll need to have editing mode turned on. Any text box with a text editor will work, but if you're adding specific activities or resources like a book or a page, those will work especially well. I'm going to add my H5P activity to text on a page resource. Here I have a paragraph of text, and I'd like to incorporate an H5P question that I created in the content bank, just to help my students check that they understood what they just read. To add H5P into a text box, find an empty space or a line where you'd like it to go, then click the H5P icon. I'll note that while I'm using a slightly different text editor, your text editor will also have this H5P icon. After clicking the H5P icon, you'll be prompted to click this Browse Repositories button to find an H5P activity. Clicking that Browse Repositories button opens up the file picker from earlier. If it's not already selected, click Content Bank at the bottom of the list of repositories. Then find the H5P activity you'd like to embed. If you're having trouble finding it, you can always use the search bar to search for that activity. In this case, I'm going to embed my activity right here for Drag the Words. As You Learn, we'll ask if you want to make a copy of that activity or a link to it. Without getting too technical, we recommend leaving the default of link to the file, which means all you have to do is click the Select This File button to select your activity. You don't need to worry about any other settings on this page and can simply click Insert H5P Content. It's worth noting that after adding your H5P activity into the text box, you'll actually see just a plain gray box with the H5P logo. This is normal. Your activity is not broken. You simply have to click one of the save buttons at the bottom of the screen and view the content directly in the course. For example, if I click Save and Display, my text will load with my H5P activity embedded directly beneath it. My text will load with my H5P activity embedded beneath it. As a bonus tip for you as the instructor, if editing is turned on in your course and you view an H5P activity that you've embedded into text, there will also be an extra Edit H5P Content link. Clicking this takes you directly to the editing interface for this activity inside your content bank, where you can make brief adjustments and changes, save those changes, and then be taken directly back to the activity in your course.